in Anderson County, through our school districts, we get numbers every year of how many children are homeless and the average number of families. And so if you're looking at the entire county, you're looking at over 350 homeless families of varying sizes who have children who are school-aged. Now, those who don't have children who are school-aged aren't in that count. Family Promise dates back at the first year of its operation was 27 years ago.
Right, it's one woman, I think, it had her vision. She would see a homeless person and offer her a sandwich. And now, as Yolanda says, I think there are 40 states that participate. Right,
yeah,
Yolanda?
It was her vision. And she took it back to her church and said, we have this wonderful facilities that sit there about 5 days a week. Why aren't we doing something with it? Couldn't we be doing? And so the whole vision for what is the Interfaith Hospitality Network came out of her vision. This mom came into the program with her 2 kids, and she had an attitude about why things had happened the way they had happened. It really was never ever her fault. And then at other times she started to warm up to realize what her role had been and why they had gotten where they were, and why the relationships with the extended family who could have supported her and helped her had been burned. And as she progressed, as we worked with her, and there were lots of incidents where we were having to pull her aside and go, wait a minute, this is a teachable moment for you. Say what you just said to me one more time. And she'd say things that you're like, you really said that to your manager? Do you not know why that's not okay to say that to your manager? And so it was moments like that that just kept watching her change, and how she spoke to her kids. She was very quick to yell at them, but not quick to pull them inside and have a conversation. And they were both old enough to have a conversation with. So there were moments at which she developed as a mom and a parent, but also moments she developed as a woman, as an employee, to watch this mom's attitude and behavior shift from what she felt was entitled and wasn't her fault to becoming a single parent with a good job where she'd work out transportation because she didn't have a car of her own. She worked out childcare, even though there was no, late night childcare available. She found someone she could trust to take her kids in so that she could work those extra hours at night and work that 3rd shift job and get paid more. And then she realized that, she said, but I'm only going to do that for this many months because I want to spend more time with my kids. And so she finished the program, moved into permanent housing, and is still there now. She and her 2 kids, the 2 kids, one has made honor rolls. The other one had some developmental delays, and he has now not only overcome them, but gone beyond his grade level. She really took to heart what she learned and was role modeled through other people.
Salkehatchie is an all-around experience. You work hard, not only on the home that you're assigned to or where God's placed you. I think that's a lot of it. It's God placing you somewhere, and you're working on the home, you're working on your heart, you're working on your homeowner.
It's just a group of individuals that go to help the less fortunate in whatever area you're in, to either work on their house. A lot of people end up just talking with the homeowners just to, get their story or however they got to where they were. And so it's just, you're helping the physical house, but you're also helping the homeowner themselves.
Well, I look at CDC as a mission of the church. We have approximately 131 children right now enrolled in our program. Some families have 2, so there's probably, I estimate, 125 families that depend on St. John's Monday through Friday for daycare.
We have children that start at 6 weeks old all the way up until 4K, until they're ready to go to kindergarten. And then we have an after-school program where we have 2 buses and we go pick up children at 7 different elementary schools. So, they can start at 6 weeks old, and we've had many that will go all the way through, and then we still have them in the after-school program. We give them education, a Christian background. We do lots of fun field trips and enrichment programs. We try to give them experiences that they might not get to have, at home. Most of the time we have a lot of families that are together, and then we have single parents. But we also have families that are aunts and uncles or grandparents that have custody of their children, or someone that is going through school and they're going through AIM, and there is a single mother who is trying to better her life for her child, and we accept those type of children as well.
Rebuild Upstate is a nonprofit that serves locally, doing home repairs for low-income families. So roofs that need repaired, ramps that need to be built, accessibility, safety, that's our main priorities.
It's a way to give that's concise and discreet and doable. They have the right people in the right places. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity for the people in our church to give within their talents.
I'll never forget the first ramp that I was a part of was a ramp that we built for a 17-year-old boy with cerebral palsy. And for 17 years, him and his single mom had lived in this home, and she'd carried him up and down the steps from the time he was little to go to and from school, to and from doctor's appointments. She would take him out of his wheelchair, carry him up the steps, and then she would set him down, go back down and get his wheelchair and carry it up the steps. And when he was 4 and 5, that was fine. And when he was 6 and 7, that was okay. When he was 8 and 9, it was harder. Now he's 17, and his mom's still doing that, just the wear and tear on her. And so we were able to come in and build a ramp. And so now he's able to get in and out of his home safely, and his mom can get him in and out of his home where it's not going to cause further damage to her, so that she's able to be around and take care of him for a really long time.
Well, the Happy Group is an organization for people 50 years of age or older. It's not restricted to members of St. John's Church. It's for the community and other churches and other faith traditions. And the primary purpose of the organization is to come together for fellowship.
I became a member around 1990. I guess because I had lost my husband, and I had friends that were in the Happy Group, and that's when I joined.
Well, a typical member would be a single senior, though we do have quite a few couples. There is a guy in our neighborhood who is a bachelor, a long-time confirmed bachelor. So we were talking to him about the Happy Group and the programs that we do, and we meet once a month and those types of things. So we invited him to come. He's an active member of St. Joe's Catholic. He said, well, our church has a senior group, but it's all women. And he said, I would prefer to go to an organization where there's some men also. He said, not that I have anything against women, but it just would like to be. I said, understand. And there are a number of men in our organization. I invited him to come and see and experience it. I don't think he's missed since that time. He joined the second time he came. And anytime there's anything to do, he just pitches in and helps. So for him, it's a new group to meet, to have fellowship with, and to feel like he's making a contribution to our organization.
South Main Chapel and Mercy Center is first and foremost a church. We are a body of Christ, but I like to say we're a church and then some. It's not only helping people who are struggling with issues like poverty and homelessness, mental health issues or addiction, but it's helping all of us in a sense to be in relationship with people who maybe have had different experiences than we have had, because I think we're all richer with that greater understanding of the needs that people have in the world.
The clothes closet is an outreach of St. John's United Methodist Church to our community to provide those in need that are referred from other agencies or nonprofits in our community or other churches or the school district who help identify a need and refer those people to the clothes closet.
We one day came in and someone had, believe it or not, donated most of the needs for a nursery, and they matched. So there were sheets and bumpers, and there were toys, and there were clothes, and there were a little baby carrier, there was a diaper bag. So we put them all together and set them in the corner of the room and proceeded with our day. Well, just waiting for that right person that Pat always says. They're going to come through that door. We didn't have to wait long. That day, a young lady came through the door, very pregnant. She had found a place to live, but she had nothing for the baby, nothing. And when she came through the door, she was almost in tears. She was very stressed. And she said, I need everything. I have nothing, but the baby is healthy. So we smiled and said, we have something for you. And we went in the back because she did have a place to live, so she had a place to go with these things. And we showed her and gave her that nursery ensemble. She couldn't believe it. Then it was tears of joy. And it was just I'll never forget it. She left feeling ready for that baby's arrival. And we have seen her since, and it's a beautiful baby, and she's enjoying all of the things. And I would follow that with, she came to me the other day and she said, you know, when I am finished with these things, I'm taking good care of them, I will bring them back to you, and another child can have them.